it's Nikole here in Chicago with Amanda Hunt, and I have an exclusive this week. Hi Amanda, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, this is so great.
It is.
Yeah, I went to Amanda's listening party. It was amazing, and I'm just so glad that you are here with me today so I can ask you a few questions.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Amanda, you come from a musical powerhouse.
Wow.
Your father, Danny Hunt, singer-songwriter, very successful. Even your great-grandfather, Marion Kay, first African-American tenor in the civic opera.
Yeah.
Wow, so coming from that legacy, was it hard growing up to follow in that footsteps, or was it really natural to just walk into the path that was already laid out for you?
No, it wasn't difficult at all because I had no intention of doing it. It was not at all an interest for me. I sang for forever, for fun, not for a living. It never even crossed my mind to do it as a lifestyle. So that was just something that other people did, and I didn't even really think I could sing. I didn't think it was a talent.
Really?
No, I never recognized it as such until people kept saying, "You can sing."
Because you can sing. You can really sing. Yes, you can. So, wow. So you never, so when did it become something for you where you're like, I'm going to go ahead and pursue this as a career? Because I know that you used to be a financial broker and very successful in that, and I know you transitioned into that. So was that the main thing that helped you?
Yeah, well, you know, the crash in '08 of the financial industry was a wake-up call for a lot of us. And for me, it was an escape route. I really wanted something different. I wanted to live, you know, authentically and on the edge, just an exciting life, a life that I was proud of. I wanted to leave a legacy that involved me, not just a product. And this kind of came out of a mistake. The boom happened, everyone was struggling, and haphazardly the Lord began revealing to me, hey, this is where I want you to go, and I began investigating what does it look like, and someone asked me to write a song for them.
Nice.
And that they would pay me, and they kept those opportunities coming, and I was like, oh, you can make a living.
You can make money off of this. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And so, that, you know, has been the last 3 years of researching what does that look like? How do we do it? How do we do it that glorifies God? And how do we do it that makes it excellent even financially?
Well, you being a financial broker, you learned a lot. You were very successful in that. What's one thing from that industry, some lesson that you learned from that you now can take with you as you continue to pursue your musical career?
Business.
Business is business.
Business. Black and white. Make the contract stick. Make sure everything's fair. Make sure it's a win-win situation. You know, one thing that is not what you want to take from the industry is that there's a lot of greed involved. There's a lot of contracts that aren't fair. So there's no longevity in that. But when you are doing things with integrity and with righteousness, and you're doing things to glorify Christ, it doesn't mean that you're doing it just on feelings and off of words. You still have to make sure the business sticks. So I would take that aspect of the industry as making sure that people do what they say they're going to do. You do what you're saying you're going to do, and everything's done in excellence.
I feel like that gives you a head start over a lot of artists that don't have that. They have the musical talent, but they don't necessarily have the business background to protect themselves, and then they have to hire someone that they don't necessarily trust or know. So that is a huge blessing to have that right there. And
God's great at chess, I always say. He knows how to set you up really well.
That's good. That's good. I have to steal that from you. Well, I know some of your musical inspirations and influences have been CeCe Winans, John Mayer, David Foster, Sting, very diverse.
You've done your research.
I have done my research because Nikole does it. Nikole does her research over here in Chicago.
Yes, ma'am.
So they're very diverse, you know, in different genres, I should say. How do you take all of those influences and then create the Amanda Hunt sound?
Right. When I speak of influences, it's not always the sound.
Okay.
I love Celine Dion's classicness.
Yeah.
You know, Whitney Houston. Many times people say I sound either like a little bit like CeCe Winans or like Whitney Houston. I like her strength. I like her runs, but I love CeCe's pureness. I love the way she attacks notes very clean.
Yes.
But then when you talk about John Mayer, I love his writing style, the way his chords are just sick.
They are
great
sick. I love him.
You can hum them all day.
Yes.
Stevie Wonder, again, I mean, you remember, that's the era of songs lasting for 8, 9, 10 minutes. The groove is just right.
I know.
You feel it. You
just keep going all day.
So you spoke of David Foster, again, fantastic writing. I mean, there's who writes like David Foster, and he can paint a picture, and he has imagery in his words. So you take the soul of Etta and the heart of different people and the work ethic of certain people, and you realize what makes them great, and you embody that into yourself, and then you make that you, because no one wants a copy. You know?
No one wants a copy, and I feel like today you turn on the radio and it's like, really,
copies.
Can you come up with your new sound, and you know, I appreciate that about you. And I know your husband, Ashanti, and you guys are so amazing together. And I love when I was at the listening party. Yeah, I know. It was just cool to see how you guys are a team, but also how God has given you a husband that's in the industry.
Yeah.
So with your husband being in the industry, there's a lot of connections that you probably have made. How has it helped shape you or grow you, and just make those key, partnerships that you need?
Oh, absolutely. My husband, a lot of people don't know this about him. He is very authentic, and he has actually taught me how to be a lot more just honest and real and restful in God's timing. So he doesn't have relationships that he doesn't like, where the people and him and the person click. And so there are a lot of people who he's friends with that just happened over time, but it was always, I like that dude, or man, that girl, she's cool, she's, And so those are real relationships. So in that, he's introducing me to people who I too click with. It's never forced.
Yeah.
It's never, hey, what can I get out of you? What can you get back from me? And because he's very restful and very patient in God's timing, we don't feel like we have to manufacture success, and manipulate relationships. People can smell that, and you feel it. You feel it when someone's coming to you for something. So we don't like it when people do it to us, and we didn't want to do it to him. And so he just has created that kind of world around him. Even his friendships. One of the reasons why I married him was I'd never seen men in the type of friendships that he has with his guys in Atlanta. So I respect the way that he honors humans. The other thing that he connected me with was he was my biggest supporter for this. I had never, like I said, thought about it or desired really to be in this industry. That's so good to have
someone right behind you.
Yeah, but he was very realistic about what this looks like. How do we protect our marriage? Who's your manager? We decided, and I definitely just supported this, that I wanted a female who was with me as far as assisting me in things, because you're on the road all the time. Sometimes you're away from your husband.
There's a lot of temptations there.
You'd be wise. So he's just been really instrumental about what the studio looks like, what it looks like for me to be, diligent in this craft and being skilled, and having that insight before getting into it. Really helped me jump off the cliff with a lot of wisdom.
That's awesome that you have a husband that is laying a strong foundation for you guys, because it's just so sad in the industry. You see people that are married for so long, and then they mess up and they break up, and they didn't start out with that strong foundation. So that's great, and I'm glad. We're praying for you guys, that your marriage stays strong, and just the cautionary things that he put up was really great.
You have to be intentional. You can't have vanity about it. That'll never happen to us. And, you have to be very clear that we're all sinful. We're all full of flesh, and you just haven't been put in the right scenario to have to make a serious choice for your future.
Exactly.
So, I'm actually reading and researching Billy Graham and how his team would go into every hotel, check the rooms, get rid of any pornographic pictures in the magazines, check the TV to make sure he was secure. He went city to city to preach the word and the gospel, and he wasn't open to temptations that you just could have prevented. And
a lot of people don't take the steps to just prevent
this is a war, baby.
Simple things.
Simple
things. I know. A lot of people don't realize we're in a war. So Amanda, one thing that I love about you, your music, but you have such a wonderful personality.
That's something about you.
Thank you. But you crack me up. You're strong. You're confident. And in this industry, what makes you distinct? What makes Amanda Hunt distinct in her music and as a person?
The fact that I'm Amanda Hunt. You know, it's so difficult today. I feel this way, to just be yourself. You know, you have so many ideas of what beauty is, and you have so many ideas of what a real singer is, and you have so many ideas of what's just attractive to the masses, and that's coming from a lot of different arenas. So for you to stand on your own 2 feet and research and ask God, who did you make me? Who do you say I am? The way He made me is attractive, and I used to run from that. Well, I don't want people to think I'm stuck up. That's not cool. The way He made me is someone who's very smart.
Yeah.
And I used to run from that. Well, I don't want people to think I'm a know-it-all. Or the way He made me is black. The way He made me as a woman and a man. And then I'm also kind of quirky. I'm a very strong personality.
Yes.
I love laughing.
You do.
Loud.
I know.
And so
I know.
So
and I laugh loud with you.
But do they want that? Do they want a loud person? Do they want, you go through these things of, is my nose this way, is my voice too, whatever. And then you, at some point, sometimes age just helps. You get old enough. And then, of course, if you are in your word, you get smart enough to just believe that God did a much better job at creating you than you ever could of yourself. So
yeah.
Just ride
really beautiful to just
it.
embrace who you are. And like you said, so many people don't do that. So I hope that, many women that watch this, and even young women, can be inspired by you, because you inspire me. And lastly, as we wrap this up, what can we, what are we going to be seeing from Amanda Hunt 5 years from now?
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see what's going to roll out down that red carpet with you.
This is supposed to be fun. So I'm always in a battle of having fun and doing business. When I ran my other companies, I was never the product. So it's a lot easier to be objective and to make decisions and move on and keep it separate from your life when you're not the product. Now I am the commodity. And so, you sometimes get really close and you become a lot more subjective to how you want to be viewed as opposed to how you want this product to be viewed. Exactly. And you just get attached to it. And so, in that, to answer your question, where I see myself in the next 5 years, a lot freer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The business plan instructs, I know what that looks like. The business plan looks a certain way, so you'll have several projects that are out. We'll start venturing into other avenues in entertainment. Ultimately, we want to be in books, we want to have makeup, we want to deal with an extraordinary fashion line. That's a part
I was thinking you would be awesome with the fashion line.
I came from fashion. So I definitely want to venture into that and movies, etc. But along the way, the greatest thing is what my husband always says before I go out on stage: have fun. Have fun. And that is something that I have to work at doing. I'm a very serious person when it comes to a lot of things. And this could become very blah, and you'll feel it. The client, our audience will feel it. I'll feel it when they're like, we're not enjoying ourselves. Is she really speaking about Christ?
Exactly.
What's happening
here? Is
this
routine?
Is it routine?
Yeah.
So the greatest thing is, can I wake up every morning and be excited about this for however long we're doing it, even to the point where when I now tell my children, you can grow up, be anything you want to be, they'll look at me and believe me, because I've been living this in a fun way.
That's so awesome. Well, Amanda, I hope you have fun. I'll have fun with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking your time out to, be on the Nikole to Nikole
I love that
blog.
shoulder. I'm trying to laugh
Nikole
with you with that shoulder.
I know, it's my shoulder. Philly to Chicago.
Thank you.
So I appreciate it, and don't forget about us when you go bam, 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 bam. Oh, well, I thank you so much. You're so beautiful, and have fun.
Thank you.
So our viewers, have fun with us. Check out Amanda's website, amandahuntmusic.com. She's on Twitter, Facebook. I'll have all the information on the blog. Thank you again. Bye.